When I say player, you say what? Player, player. When I say player, you say what? Player, player.
What's going on? What's going on? Today is a very different day. First, let me make sure my chat works because I hate when the chat doesn't work. Come on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Just give me a couple seconds here. Just getting everything set up. But how's everybody doing today? How's everybody? We are about to get started here in just a couple moments. Just kind of giving people a little bit of time. Just giving people a little bit of time, making sure the Facebook stuff works out well, making sure all that stuff is. Just got to send a couple lives here so people know that we're actually online getting ready to do this thing. All right. Okay, I see Britt is here. I see Alex is here. How you guys doing? Hope all is well. I'm just making sure all the stuff is set up and ready to go. Let me just start sending some of these things out. Just to make sure everybody's got an idea. Because today it's not just going to be about, you know, I listen to them and be like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. It's going to be one of those things like I can give some kind of feedback to a little bit of experience I do have. I will let you know on top of that, there are some individuals that are in the chat that I've actually personally asked that do things for voice agencies, individuals who do casting for video games, different animation series, things of that nature, whether it's indie or bigger. And they decided, they were like, you know, I really like what you're doing, Mark, with this. And we want to make sure that we kind of look in, you know, and give some people some chances and hear what's going on. So your audition could be possibly heard from individuals who are in that industry as well. So first off, before I even get started, shout outs to all 27 individuals that actually auditioned for this project. Now, to just give people a refresher course real quick, what I'll do is I'll just go through those certain parts of the album. That way you can just get a gist of what exactly the story is. So if you heard the album, you love it, great. I really appreciate you. But I just want to let you know just the grasp of what the story actually will be. And then I'll give you a little insider about how it's going to be for the second part. So if you haven't heard it before, the Orange Tape is a Nickelodeon tribute album that I did a Kickstarter back in March. And it ended up being really successful to the point not only it was funded, but it's actually officially released as well. And one of the things I do have on is an official Orange Tape shirt as well. And we also have them in hoodies as well. So if you end up getting selected for this kind of thing, we'll also give you a care package from that Orange Tape Kickstarter stuff that I have as extras. So just know I appreciate you. So the intro goes into it, and I'll just let you hear it. Let's go.
This is Wally O'Galley reporting live, Channel 1 News. Mark Cooper, a young man in his mid-30s, is sitting on the couch, flipping through TV channels when suddenly the doorbell rings. He gets up to answer it. He finds a mysterious box lying on the doormat. Curious, he picks it up and opens it.
Dear Mark Cooper, you've been selected for an exclusive opportunity. You are invited to participate in a segment called Nickelodeon Showdown. Prepare yourself for a rapping challenge like no other. 5 rounds, 2 minutes each, where you must rhyme and mention a set number of references from the Nickelodeon universe. Are you ready to take on the challenge? Okay, if so, plug in our invitation tape to be transported to our video zone.
This seems unreal. A chance to go to the video zone? Maybe it's worth the challenge. Plus, major labels already been destroyed in Geraldsville.
Or have I?
Yes, you have.
Back to Tim Hortons I go.
Mark decides to plug in the tape and starts glowing green. Phenomenal! Then gets transported in a beam of light in the video zone. of the main question to ask is, what journey awaits our hero? Will it just be friendly game of Nickelodeon fun, or will there be some hidden challenges where player one will have to save the universe once again? I'm Wally O'Galley, Channel 1 News, and I will be your guide for this adventure we like to call the Orange Tape.
So the intro basically explains that I'm just sitting in the house, and then, you know, I get something in the mail, and it's a challenge just like any other, like a Kumite or a video game challenge or something like that. But it's coming from Phil Moore from Nick Arcade. If you remember, in the 90s, it was one of the video game kind of shows where you get into the video zone. So it was something I always liked as a kid, so I wanted to figure out a way to make it as in, if player one gets stuck in the video game, being stuck in the video zone is kind of the next thing. So that was kind of the element that I wanted to go with that. So long story short, is basically it's just a set of rules with it when you hear it from Nick Arcade and you hear it through the whole album. So what I'll do is I'll get to the end part, and I can play the rapping part if you want to hear that, but yeah, why not? Yep, we'll just play the track. Why not? And then we can get started. If you hear the whole album, you'll understand all of it.
Apply as the other rounds. Now a new list has been selected. Good luck.
Yo, brain blast, no thoughts can skate past. Y'all ain't even my weight class. Grab a wheel jack when I make stops with no brake pass. And I got the drive, just go for it. Tuck a Jimmy in space orbit and blast off of that rocket ship over Retroville. I got the skills to back it up. See, bird brain, I'm a tough puppy. Nobody touching my pedigree, so every pedal see it do a catch well like the agency. Like Penelope to a mighty P, I got a big heart. See what's up in my cyber sleeves. I thrash switch from day one from the Earth Smart. I Autobot with blinking lights. Spit fire from the motorbike. A JD can't phase me like Donnie. Mouth full of bees. I guaranteed that accuracies like Lamar Bone with that rule book and that principles. Nothing but savage for the second look. Everybody shook like Roger Clark said. Percy FEMA, check my demeanor as daydreamer. Catch quail lie, get superfied. I hate cheaters. Like Studebaker, I spot a faker like Queen Vexes. With an ego as big as Texas. Get close, you beat toast, just order breakfast. I'm well connected like Goddard, like Carl Weezer and Llamas. They call the fountains of Wayne, by the way they loving they mamas. Start second guessing they dramas, the Wayne house possibilities. Next time you all grown up, got nothing but responsibilities. I will succeed like Bobby in that stress test. Dylan Farnham at sweater vest. Are you okay? Wanna talk about it? Send me vortex. Say more text in the books, I haven't gum form. Word swarm, Loud House, Antigo family, values. Firstborn, it gets warm like the campsite for a merit badge. Those booster bars shakes like cement, better save your cash. Wait, I deliver like Speedy Pizza, I fit the task. So know now if round 3 was a nematode that's in the bag. Rad.
Critical system failure.
Hey, what happened to the power? Did I complete the challenge? Well, if I know my experience, let's see. Power outages, no responses. Phil, you there? Phil Moore's gone mysteriously. If I know my calculations, we're trapped in the video zone.
This is Wally O'Galley reporting live.
Wally, you're still
Come
here?
again? Of course. On behalf of Channel 1 News, Wally O'Galley never fails to report.
Well, don't panic. We may be trapped in the video zone. Just gotta find a way out. It's no big deal.
No, I understand what you said, but what do you mean by trapped? Wally O'Galley never gets trapped anywhere. Dear God, I have part 4 tomorrow. My appointment.
Wally, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down.
Calm down. Listen here, Mark Cooper. 2 things. I have 2 children, Billy and Lily, and my lovely wife, Winifred. Oh, she's gonna be upset. She's gonna lose it when she figures this out. Oh, God, she hates watching the kids.
Wally,
Oh.
Wally, I understand that you're scared, but I've been here before. We will get out of here. I promise.
Well, if you say so. Now let me do my thing. This is Wally O'Galley here, and it looks like we're stuck here in the middle of this video zone during the Nickelodeon showdown. With 2 rounds left over, the power out. Will Mark Cooper be able to complete the game? Or will it be a new permanent home for us forever? Stay tuned for the phenomenal outcome, the orange tape.
So the way that ends is that's why I mean why there's a part 2. And that is the reason why I decided to do this audition. And to be honest, the real reason why I wanted to do this is not only I wanted to be more involved with individuals who wanted to, you know, actually enjoy the projects and things like that, but I also do that just so I can be able to see, you know, what different individuals want to try some things they never did before. So the way this audition is that, of course, I'm looking for the thing that fits exactly what I'm looking for in this story. But I'm also looking for individuals who, you know, that really never really tried things like this and want to be involved in something that they never really, you know, been involved with before. So that was just my ideal thing here. So this website right here, and this is for everybody. I think I can click back when I'm done. I hope so. I really hope so. Okay, I can push back there. And then, yeah, I can push back. Okay, cool. So this website right here it's the galore for any individual who's ever thinking about, hey, I want to get into voice acting, but I'm not sure where to go, what to do, how to really get a part of it, you know, just kind of how to get started. Some people will say, oh, you know, you see people on Instagram or TikTok, they may do a dub over of a particular cartoon series that you know, and then they just kind of just go and wing it. Well, there's that. But there's also an opportunity when you go to castingcall.club and they have all these different kinds of projects that you can audition for. And the thing is, the auditions can be free. All you have to do is just make an account and you can go from there. And if you're an individual that likes to learn the process and understand how all these things work when it comes to breathing and trying to figure out your own character and things like that, they have the actual enrolling classes here with it, which is called closing credits. Well, the classes, I believe they're about 6 weeks, and I believe it's like maybe $120 or something like that. But you learn from individuals that are already in the industry itself. So when you're learning from the people that are already in the industry, you know, that way it gives you more of an idea of what exactly could happen. So you got to think about it from there. But I wanted to show you guys this part, and then we can actually go right into it. I was going to wait a couple more minutes. Well, actually, I'll call you. Not call you. What am I talking about? I'll just show you a example here. So let's say you never done anything like this before. Let's pick. Let's see what's something good. Because they do like different audio dramas, and then they go with panels and comics and everything. There's many possibilities for it. So, for example, let's look at TACAD. So when you click this link here, they have a setup where it's like this is the project objective and things like that. You'll be able to see what individuals have already done before, X, Y, and the Z. And then you can see when you scroll down, they have many different characters. And not only they have the characters, but they also give you a description of what exactly it is. So, for example, they're saying we're looking for a masculine, raspy, gravelly voice with rich, friendly undertones. So that is the description of the voice description that they're looking for that character. They also give a description of who the character is, all these things. And then at the end of it, they also have a voice description portion of lines. So these will be the individual lines that they will want you to read for them to be able to for the audition to see if it's something that they're interested in and they want the part for. Now, there's one thing I want to tell a lot of people, and it's probably their first time doing it, and that's okay. So when you get multiple lines like this, let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. So if you get multiple lines like this, right, the best thing that you want to do is that you want to go with rules of 2 or rules of 3 per each line. So what you want to do is you want to say it the way that you feel that you say it regular. Then you say it in a different form the second time. And then you say it in a completely different way the third time. So, for example, I would say, people be like, do not be afraid, my child. You are home now. I am your destiny. That's one way, right? I could be like, do not be afraid, my child. You are home now. I am your destiny. And then that's where you emphasize those individual words throughout. So it's not necessarily about making sure you say the lines right with it. It's finding different words to emphasize to make it more impactful for what it is. So if I said, I am your destiny, you'll listen to me and be like, okay, I guess you are. But if I'm like, I am your destiny, and now there's more of a direct tone to it, and it could be a confused, like, I am your destiny? And then now you sound unsure. You see how there's multiple ways that you could be able to say those particular phrases and it can have different meanings? That is essentially voice acting 101 when it comes to that. So think about those things there. And then the best way to submit these to make it a lot easier, try to make them all one track. You don't have to necessarily submit each line individually. I saw some people do that, and that's okay because it's their first time doing that. But just know in the future, they would have it all in one, all in one audio file if you do that. But other than that, I'm excited. So you guys ready? Let's go. I am super duper excited. Ooh, almost went too far. So excited, almost went too far. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is, am I go to the dashboard and I could be able to read it from there? Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Oh, wow. 400 people viewed the project. That's cool. It's my first time having it as a viewed the project. So it works out. Okay. All righty. Let's see. Okay. So let me go ahead and go to the project, right? I think I could automatically go to it. View published page. Okay. All right. So we're about to get ready to get started here. And that's cool. I could toggle it. And yep, I sure can. Perfect. Okay. So the first one we're going to do, well, the main villain is one of the bigger ones. So I'm going to wait on that. So what I'll do is I'll go for the AI clones first. So this cartoon role is, let me make this fun. Now I can sound like a voice person. That way it just makes it sound funny. And it'd be like, the character role is free for all. Say one of your favorite Nicktoon quotes in a creative way, whether to sound like the actual character or create your own. Bonus if you create your own. See what I mean? So we're going to have a little bit of fun here. This person having listed by, This person doesn't have any, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, on the profile. Okay, so I guess I can go back and look at it. I hope so. That'd be pretty weird if I couldn't hear those. Where they at? Bam. Okay, good. They're all here. Okay, so the first one we're going to go with, it looks like it's going to be, I need to create it at, and I needed to go the other way because that way we can make sure they go first. Okay, so the first one we're actually going to go right now is Alex from Splat Attack. I see you. And I'm very curious about how this is going to sound. Let's go. First submission. Let's go.
Oh, ooh, killer tofu.
He gave me the beats. Let's rock, bro. And I like the fact that you kind of made it like it's an AI person. Like there's no soul in it. It's just flat out just said like anybody else would say. So that sounds great so far. That's actually really cool because ironically, I do have a beat song on that album. It's going to be interesting. So let's go into the next one here. And this one is Timber Tykes. Alrighty, let's go.
Excuse me, Mr. Dink. I broke your grill. I'm sorry. You broke my grill? You broke my grill? You broke my grill?
That's amazing. It's so amazing because me and my best friend talk about all the time about like that particular episode. Like that's one of my favorite Doug episodes because it's so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket on that show that you just sit there and be like, bro, how did this even happen? Like you just start laughing at things and be like, and then the fun part about that particular, like the "you broke my grill" is that all I heard was that guitar riff, that, and that's what I was hearing. Just like, that is way too funny for sure. But man, that is great. I am loving these submissions so far. It's my first time doing it, and I rock with it. All right. I don't know. I just got a weird message. Okay, cool. They got the end scenes. All right, great. All right, let's go to the next one. Looks like Olivia. And it's a quote from SpongeBob SquarePants. Let's go.
If you believe in yourself with a tiny pinch of magic, all of your dreams can come true. SpongeBob from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And like I said, SpongeBob is something that touches for me as well. And that's what's crazy. You know, some people are asking, they're like, bro, you did the Orange Tape, like Nickelodeon album, and you didn't have like a SpongeBob song in there. Like, I know you have references, but you didn't put any SpongeBob songs in there. What's going on? It's like, that's why you have a part 2, you know? And with the storyline, you're definitely going to love this. And I'm going to disclaim a little bit about the storyline here, just so you can get an idea. But just to give you a little bit of imagination what's going on. You know, imagination. You know, just a little bit. But let's go to the next one. Looks like it's that boy Manny. And that'll be our final one for the actual AI stuff. But what I tell you later on will be able to be possible. You'll definitely see that from here. So what you got, Manny?
Okay, Red. Will you button me?
Nice. Of course, the Stimpy reference will be dope. I know Billy West will love that, especially when you're actually giving the creativity of trying to make something like the character. Like certain things like that is what makes these characters come to life. And just so you guys know, so for the AI clones, what I was looking for was I was looking for you. I was looking for originality. I was looking for you having fun with it. If I felt like it wasn't fun or anything like that, that was one of those red flags where I'm kind of like, I don't know. Or if you were, going like a little too much or anything, is not 100% what I was looking for. So what I was gaining for this, if I was the person that's the casting director technically, those are my parameters I was looking for. I was looking for the bonus if you were having a little bit of fun with it. You wanted to try out different things. And then a lot of these people here may have experience with voice work or they might not. And the thing is, for this particular perspective, I was looking for individuals that may be just beginners. They never really done anything like this before and they always wanted to try it. And then it's something that, I just want to have fun. It doesn't have to necessarily be 100% serious on this kind of thing. And that's exactly what I was looking for in this section. So if I had to pick the individual that will be on the AI clones part, if I had to pick, you're going to love it. All of you. So everybody who actually submitted for the AI clones with it will be actually joined in part of the project. Wasn't expecting that, were you? The whole point of making sure the AI clones aspect of it is this. This is the most important part here. So in the storyline, what happens is, the game is stopped and, I'm trapped in it and the power is out and all those things, right? So the enemy, which I will explain the main villain when we get there, the enemy, what they do in this world is they're the culprit behind turning off the stuff in, trying to trap me and, and Wally Ogali. But the point of the story is saying that AI clones is something that's in society today, that voice actors, animators, all of them are going through right now, because there's individuals that may replace voiceovers or voice actors with computer technology and just basically maybe take the likeness of their character or things that we grew up with in our childhood. So this second part of the album is going to be very voiceover heavy. And the reason why it's going to be voiceover heavy is because there's a big cause and in a way of showing awareness of what's actually going on in our society here. Like a perfect example, like if you look in the industry today, you can be able to see, oh, that's Tom Cruise, or that's Will Smith, or that's Denzel Washington. You know them because you see them. But if you look at cartoons, you'll be like, oh, that's Bugs Bunny. Oh, that's Tommy Pickles. Oh, that's Doug Funny. But you don't know that, it's let me see. You don't know that's Mel Blanc, that's Bugs Bunny. You don't know it's E.G. Daily, that's Tommy Pickles. You don't know it's Billy West as Doug Funny. And that's something that sometimes as consumers, we take for granted. Those individuals shaped our childhoods with their voices and brought it to life. So this album is going to focus on that. And the main villain, what they're doing is turning those voiceover artists into AI clones. So when they get turned into AI clones, it's not only, up to me to know about, all the different references and Nickelodeon stuff, digging through it, but it's also going to be a gateway for individuals to know who these voiceover or voice actors are. Know who Tara Strong is, know who E.G. Daily is, know who, Billy West is, just for naming a couple off the top of the head, and just letting you know how much importance that really weighs. And that's what I wanted to do in this particular album. I haven't seen anybody really do that. I've seen them bring voice actors on their albums, and then it could tell the story. That's great. But I want to make sure that, we preserve, the legacy of all these legends that have shaped our childhoods from the 80s and the 90s and beyond. And that was my angle for this album. So that's why I did those particulars. So I also want to let you guys know as well, I am going to need some new AI clones very, very soon. So there will be a situation where I may open this back up and close the other roles. And then that way you can get a chance to be on the project. And to be honest with you, I'm looking at about maybe 10 more. And Corey Davis in the building just came out. He's a person that has his own animated shows and things like that. I played Jet Boy in this series, Jet Boy. And it's going to be really great fall this year. So just know you have the ability to do what it needs to. AI clones, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just about, just having the initiative and giving it a try. And that's all I'm looking for. Alrighty. So the next one, we're going to go with the voice of Lily. I was about to say, where my applause come from? All right. Okay. So let me go back to the project dashboard and see if I can show Lily. I should have just, I had it all right here. Oh, I could still do that. I think, let me double check. See if I can actually pull off Lily here. Will it show all four? It showed only two. That's okay. I'll do it here, but I'll read it for you. Okay. Let's do it in a different way. I'd say in a different way. Lily is the daughter of Wally Ogali. She has a small voice since she's a 17-year-old girl. Very shy, but was worried about her dad. With this character, have fun with the voice tones. It could range from Raven from Teen Titans to Hinata from Naruto. You could do it in many different ways here. And the reason why I wanted to make her 17, because she's older than her brother. So she's a person that's like, a little bit older. She's a daddy's girl. And it just kind of gives that, that element of that put together. So that's what I'm really excited about. So let's hear what this sounds like when we go for the voice of Lily. So far we got, wait, how many? Hold on. Come on. Loading. Recombobulating our disc bombs. Disc bombs? Oh, disc kebabs. But no, it's disc combobs? That don't make any sense. That's not a word. I just remember disc kebabs as a kid. Okay, it looks like there's 3 here. And we got first, let me make sure. We're going to go with White Rabbit. And see, the crazy thing about this is that a lot of these people who do submit on this channel, I don't know who they are. You know, so I know some people that submit and do certain things, but, you know, I don't know exactly who they are. So let's go with White Rabbit. Let's see what you got for Lily.
Wait. Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else to spend my time watching.
All right. I dig that submission so far. Okay. So there's a couple things of feedback I would love to give you. And just to let you know, because I know it's just an audition and where it is. So if you are doing an audition for any kind of, you know, any kind of cartoon, a commercial, a demo, any of those things whatsoever at all, what I recommend is that you try your best to be in a quiet area. And if you can't be in a quiet area, just make sure you see those little lines here at the bottom here where you could just hear some of the stuff in the background. If you can figure out a way to be able to delete those or mute them, that will also work out very well for you when it comes to that. That's the only thing there. I love the energy. I love the tone of the voice. The tone of the voice is great so far. But what I need is just a tad bit more conviction here. I know I hear the, you know, the unsureness of it and the little, you know, the sweet and the shyness. I love that. But just a little bit more conviction in the delivering of the lines. But what I'll do is I'll listen to it a second time. That way I make sure there's not certain things I missed. And I'll do that twice for each one of these people from here.
Wait. Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else to spend my time watching.
Like I said, so the third part I really like a lot because it's giving me the stutter, and I'm also getting the, you know, the fingertips touching Hinata vibe. I'm definitely hearing that for sure. And I like that so far. So great job, and I really appreciate you submitting. Okay, so the next one is a Burry. I think it's a Burry is the next one. Hopefully I'm not butchering your name if you're watching this. I severely apologize. But let's hear what you got.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
Clean.
You ruined it.
No, oh my God, I pushed the wrong button. I pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I like that. It's very, very well done. It's straight to the point. I can hear it delivered very well. It was very well presented. Everything sounds great about that so far. So let me hear that one more time.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
Perfect. The only thing I will say on this one is that when you say "Are you okay?" I'm looking for more of a question mark kind of feel, and that could be easily how I wrote it. But you know, it's like you could say, you know, "Are you okay?" You know what I mean? I'm kind of looking for that higher aspect for that so far is what I'm looking for. But you also, you know, saying, "Are you okay?" And you could do it that way also, but I'm just looking for the higher pitch one. That's something that could be easily directed based on, later on when, if you end up getting the role, what we would do. But very, very clean, very nice delivery all the way for it. So great work. And our last one is from Olivia. So let's hear how this sounds.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good. Because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
This is about to be difficult. This is going to be difficult.
Jesus. Auto-tune that for me.
This is going to be difficult. The reason why this will be difficult is simply because of the fact that there are different tones in between. Now, it's weird to just say because of one particular line or one particular part sets off the other. But the thing is, the voice tones are all there, which is great. But it's one of those. It's one of those things. As in, like, when we leave, before we go to the next part, I'm clicking the button. You see how it has dismissed, short list, things like that. I have to go through that. So, I'm going to say that for right now, it's going to be between Olivia and Aubrey. So I have to dismiss this one. Now it's between these two. I like both of them a lot. I really do. So I'm going to listen through this, and then I'm going to listen through this. So we're going to try it one more time and go from there.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
So that's Aubrey. Now let's go with Olivia.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all of the cartoons? Good. Because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
See, this is where it gets difficult. It gets difficult because it's, like I said, it is the phrasing of it. You've heard both takes, and they both sound very, very well done on both sides. And you can see there's a little bit more of a shy sweetness in Aubrey in this one. And then with Olivia, it's got a little bit older tone to it, but it's in that teenager realm here. You know what I'm saying? So, just so you know, a lot of, the individuals who already auditioned get a chance to also be an AI clone. So I just want to let you know, do that. Wow.
How did I get here?
I keep pushing the wrong button.
Jeez, what happened?
Jesus, I'm sorry. Sorry. Like, the people who submit definitely get their chance to have their own AI button or their own AI clone in it as well. So they definitely could be a part of the project in general, which is going to be really cool. But I have to pick a choice for the voice of Lily. And this one's tough. One more time.
Daddy, I was so worried. are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
And then Olivia.
Daddy, I was so worried. Are you okay? Mr. Mark, did you save all of the cartoons? Good, because I didn't know what else I could spend my time watching.
Okay. I made my decision after hearing them all the way through. The role of Lily goes to Aubrey. And I'll explain the reason why. The reason why I picked Aubrey is because there was a certain sweet daughter vibe to it. Like I said, I almost wanted to make it kind of like a daddy's girl. And Olivia murdered this role, but it was just, I needed just a little bit more of a hint of, you know, this is like Wally O'Galley, you know, that's her daddy. Like she's just super excited, like a daddy's girl kind of thing. And that was something I was really looking for on that. And it was sweet, but it also had its sense of hint and nervousness and shyness. But Olivia delivered it, but it was really direct and it was really confident. But it's not 100% what I was looking for on that aspect of the character. However, there is some things I could think about Olivia doing in the story in general. But for this role of Lily, that is exactly what I was looking for. So congratulations, Aubrey. Woo! All right, so let's go to the next one. The voice of Billy. Now let me look at what Billy's thing is, okay? All right, let me try a different kind of voice if I can figure this out. Billy is the son of Wally O'Galley, 13-year-old teen, very nonchalant and somewhat embarrassed by his dad's energetic nature. He is also a big fan of Mark Cooper, but tries to play it off like he isn't. So now, we got the voice of Billy, okay? The little brother of Lily, which is 17. So far, it looks like we got 5 for Billy. This is going to be very, very interesting. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the stuff here. So the first person is going to be Tyred Boy. So Tyred Boy is a voice, and he's like, I hope this is good enough. Not even, don't even worry. No problems at all. All right, let's hear what you got for Billy. Actually, I'll show the lines. So Billy says, I'll just read it. Just read it regular so nobody gets a hint of what I'm looking for. I'm just going to say, it's like, bro, you mean to tell me you completed a Nickelodeon showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me. Wow. You mean I can have it? No way. Super cool. I know it's very nonchalant, no energy in that, but I just want to make sure you know you don't have an idea what I'm looking for. All right. Tirade Red, let's go.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me. Wow, you mean I can have it? No way. Super cool.
All right. Cool thing is we just got a submission that's actually like from the UK or a different country, which is really dope. So reaching out all the way from across the globe for this audition thing. This is a warm welcome to my heart. I appreciate you submitting your thing here. This is super awesome. So great work so far. I definitely like the tone of everything so far, but it's just a little bit about enunciating, making sure I can fully hear you is the one thing I'm hearing right now. The vocals are clean. They're definitely cut where those little breathing parts are, and that's just a good way of submission. So great work there. Alrighty, Timber Tykes. You did a great job with that Mr. Dink thing, so I can't wait to see what you got imagined for Billy. Let's go.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
That was a great take. And I can believe that you are a fan. I'm not saying it like a conceited way. That's really, really weird. But what I'm saying is I can tell that you have that fan feel. And I can tell that you're like, Dad, you're embarrassing me. And I like how you had energeticness to it, because Wally O'Galley is a very energetic guy. So by you having that in your system as well makes it very interesting, especially with it having a point where you could be nonchalant about certain things. And I like the colorful personality that you have on each part of those takes. So that's definitely something I would be looking for in that as well. So that's great so far. But let's hear what we got. Got Manny going for Billy. We got Manny going for Billy. Let's see what you got.
Bro, you mean to tell me that you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
Wow. And like I said, in the description, I'm going to let you know. Billy is a 13-year-old teen. He's a preteen. So a lot of voices could be higher when it comes to that. And that's something that you want to, take in perspective and think about. Might be a little higher. It happens, right? But what I like about it, I'm going to play all these again, just so you know. I know we're supposed to play them twice, but I'm just kind of going through them. But what I like is there are different kinds of energy points in this, and it relates to Wally O'Galley. See, the thing is, that's why I say it's best to listen to the album and listen to the material. Because if you already have an idea what the dad sounds like of Wally O'Galley, you might have a hint of what exactly that his kids could be like. Sometimes they can be completely opposite, and sometimes they can't. And you got to think about those things. And Manny sounds like he did his homework when he did that, which is great. But let's go on to the next one. Let's see if Magic Paul 25 got an idea. So let's see what we got.
Hi, I'm SpongeBob. Well, hello, man. What exactly is you? I'm a sponge. I come from the most magical place on earth, Bikini Bottom, where everyone uses their imagination. Yeah, and? Well, it's underwater, and we eat at this great restaurant called the Krusty Krab. Okay. But you see, man, I'm kind of late for an interview, and it's really important. Yeah, but wait, I'm telling you about my homeland. Your homeland? Where is you from? The magical world of Oz? What is that? You haven't seen the movie The Wizard of Oz? No. So does they not have TV underwater or something? No, we have TV. Well, what do you watch down there? We watch stuff like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy and House Fancy and the Bikini Bottom News Channel with Perch Perkins. Perch Perkins? What kind of name is that? I thought you guys lived underwater. And you're talking about someone made out of pork? I didn't know that pigs could live underwater. No, Perch Perkins, not Porch Porkins. Oh, that makes sense, man. Yeah, I figured. But if you was from underwater, then how was you breathing the air? That's for me to know and for you to never find out. But you can think of ways with your imagination. Yeah. But my interview is about to start and...
Emmanuel Jr., the interview is starting. Where are you? Yeah, we need you in here. We can't start the interview without you. You need to do your presentation. Yeah, your presentation.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting sidetracked by this cube. You know how you can't trust cubes.
Oh, yeah. Remember that cube that tricked me into following him down to that dark alley in high school?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't forget that. What are you talking about? Cubes are totally trustworthy. And I'm not just a cube. I'm SpongeBob. So what? Well, like I said, I come from Bikini Bottom, the most magical place on Earth. And nothing bad ever happens down there. I don't believe you. Well, you shouldn't. Well, I guess you gotta go to your interview now. Yeah, I do. So, see ya, Mr. Bob Pants. It's SpongeBob. Close enough. Well, adios, amigo. Aw, man. I wish I wasn't alone now.
Hey, SpongeBob, what are you doing up here?
Patrick? What are you doing up here?
Well, I followed you up here, mainly because I heard that they had some pretty good burgers up here. But what are you doing up here?
I don't know. But if you come with me, I bet we can figure it out with our imagination.
We had our first individual who is improving their particular role for this. Now, I'm not sure if they meant to send this in the AI clone section here, because Billy had certain particular lines. But what I love the most is the creativity and the having fun about it. That's what it's always about. It's about being able to do some stuff, be silly, and just enjoy the experience for that. And I appreciate Maggie Paul for that, because that was just super dope to do something like that. So, for this situation, we're going to go through the other three again, because Maggie Paul's, was pretty long for that. So, the only thing is, for the voice of Billy, I did have parameters of certain things I was looking for in that. So it could count against you by not hearing the actual lines here, and that's okay. But it does not mean that you wouldn't be, offered a chance to be a part of the project. Because I think what you did was very innovative, and it was really cool. And I was really inspired by the fact that you made a whole storyline in the audition. So you definitely should get praises for that. So great work. So now, let's go into the voice of Billy. Go back to Tyred.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me. Wow, you mean I can have it? No way. Super cool.
Okay, now that was Tyred. Now let's go into Timber Tykes.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
That's Timber, and then we got Manny.
Bro, you mean to tell me that you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
And we got another situation here. Another one.
Jesus. Auto-tune that for me.
And we got another situation between the two. And the two we're talking about right now will be between Timber Tykes and Manny. Both of them had great energy for this audition, and I have a lot of great things I like about the both of them, which is going to be super dope. Alrighty, so when it comes to that, I just dismiss. And before I even do that, to be weird. Okay, so Tyrant, I like his take, but the thing is, I just want him to enunciate the words just a little bit clearer, so that way we can be able to, fully hear it and hear the dialect and all these things as well. And that's just kind of the thing that just, what comes with practice. But unfortunately, not for this particular role. But it does not mean that you can't come back and be an AI clone for me for the project. So you could definitely be a part of it. So I just wanted to let you know. But I appreciate your submission on that. And just know if you are watching this, I will for sure reach out to you and go from there. So now, the next person, like I said, will be Maggie Paul. Maggie Paul, I had a amazing improv, but I was looking for specific directions of what I was looking for this audition. But I will definitely reach out to you for the parts for the AI clones, because I feel that you will be a great person for that. So I'm dismissing. So the role decision is between Timber Tykes and Manny. And I will explain what I liked both. And I'm going to go with both of these as well, okay? So we'll go to Timber Tykes one more time and go to Manny one more time.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
Okay, so there's Timber. So the way I like with Timber is that it is like a 13-year-old kid's energy. It's like they meet their hero, they get all excited, and they're like, oh my God, whoa, wow, that's crazy when it comes to that, right? So there's a certain tone for that works out really, really good. But there was a part I was hearing for that's a little different from Manny's that I saw in his that I liked. But I'm going to show you, we'll listen to it again.
Bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown?
So it's got a shaking kind of thing. Like I can feel this character's hands is shaking when they're being able to say that, especially when they're talking to me.
Was it hard?
So there could be that sense of worry, like, was it hard? I'm not sure, that kind of vibe. And then you have this.
Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me!
So it could be, the dad, stop, you're embarrassing me. But what I'm looking for in that is that it's set in a tone where it's like, Dad, you're embarrassing me, as in has like more of a aggressive tone. Like it's not a really nervousness. Like, like his dad comes over and be like, come over here, son. This is Mark Cooper. And then they'll be like, man, stop. You're embarrassing me. I'm looking for different types of convictions for those. So the reason why I say when it comes to certain auditions and things like that, and this is like a pro tip, like I'm not the biggest professional at this at all, but I want to let you know, this is a pro tip. So if I go back, I'll show you what I mean for an example for this, okay? And the reason why I didn't do so much of a description, because I wanted you to depict whatever that character is in your head and be able to come up with your creative idea. So what I'm looking for, of course, my voice is deeper, so it's going to sound weird from that. But then again, I play a 10-year-old kid on Jet Boy, so I guess I could probably do that. It'll be like, what I'm looking for. This is kind of the tone I'm looking for. They'd be like, bro, you mean to tell me you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me. Again, like, Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me. Mannerisms, little and different kind of sound effects in that sell it more, because sometimes you'll just say it and I'll just be like, okay, you just said it, but I don't fully feel that emotion. Like, I don't feel that some kid is telling their dad, oh, stop, you're embarrassing me. I'm not hearing that when it comes to that. And they'll be like, wow, you mean I can have it? No way. Super cool. You know what I mean? Just that kind of energy, as in you're going from you're being shocked to being concerned, for having a wondering kind of feel. Then you feel, embarrassed because people are not supposed to know that you're a fan. And that's the thing about reading the description here. Very nonchalant, but somewhat embarrassed by his dad's energetic nature. Now, here is the double entendre in this aspect. Being very nonchalant means that you can have the energy of a 13-year-old kid with stuff. But what I'm saying is the nonchalantness is in that, Dad, you're embarrassing me. And it's the shakes, the shakes, the aneurysms and things like that. You want to make sure that when you're doing the voices, you have that. And this is the pro tip that I was going to mention before. When you do these voiceover things, remember how I said it. I was like, I recommend that you say those same lines in the audition 2 to 3 different ways. And the reason why you do that is because, one, you don't know what the audition or the casting director or anybody is fully looking for yet. You do not know that yet. Since you don't know that yet, you can't really 100% say, okay, this is the way it should be said. You say them multiple different ways so they have a sense of, okay, I like the way you said it like this. This is what I'm looking for. I like the way you said it like that. But you want to keep it at the rules of 3. And the reason why you keep it at the rules of 3 is because that way it doesn't sound like you're unsure that you do it like 9 or 10 times. It'd be like, bro, like, stick to the ones that you really dig and what you really like. So think about it from that aspect. So that's what I'm looking for. So now let's go listen to Manny. Now that we have the information.
Bro, you mean to tell me that you completed the Nickelodeon Showdown? Was it hard? Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me! Wow! You mean I can have it? No way! Super cool!
And after hearing both of those individuals, the winner that actually will be the voice of Billy will be Manny. And it's not because of Timber Tykes did not have a solid take. He had a very, very solid take all the way through. But I was just looking for a little bit of those, little anticipated nonverbal types of things is what I was looking for. So like if it comes down to and I write the script out, I know that I'm going to get that particular feel of a 13-year-old kid. And the thing is, the reason why I wrote those words like that, it's not going to be what the real script is going to be. I just wanted to make sure I picked the actual main points that I wanted in the script. So if I write it out, I know that they're going to be able to carry that out in that particular in full. So I just want to congratulate Manny. Splat Attack Podcast is definitely going to be in the album for sure. And I am super duper excited. Super excited. So let's go to the next one. The voice of Winifrey. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. The voice of Winifrey. Hold on. I forgot.
I got like voice changers on my thing. I could have been doing this the whole time.
I could have been doing this the whole
time. I could have. But yeah. So now we're going to go with the voice of Winifrey. Let me see if I have something I could do to be funny. Okay.
The voice of Winifrey. Yay, let's do something. I'm sorry.
Wait, let me stop. I can't do that right now. All right. All right, I'll do a regular trailer voice here. Winifred is the wife of the oh my God, I just messed up my own lines. Like I said, don't be afraid to mess up, because I sure for sure did. Winifred is the wife of the narrator, Wally O'Galley. This character is very kind-hearted, yet has a serious tone. She is the mother of 2 preteen kids, Billy and Lily. Wally can be very energetic and can panic in an instant. She is already aware of the nature and reacts as understanding at first, but will quickly change tones to show her seriousness. Mom energy. So that is what it is for the voice of Winifred. Now, this is the voice of Winifred. So, we have the Wally. There you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I don't understand how a voiceover job could be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready. That's just a rendition of what I would think. But I'm very curious because obviously I am not a female, and that's not would be my role here. But I am very curious about how this is going to sound. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 submissions for this, right? Four submissions. Okay. All right. I thought there was more. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're private or what. I thought it was more. Okay. So we'll go with Rain Reeves Pearson first. Let's see how this sounds.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner's ready.
This is already going to be difficult as I can hear it right now. I love the fact that she's very calm and very kind-hearted, but she can also change the tone in an instant. And that's very dope so far for what I'm hearing. So let's just hear that one more time. We go right to the next one. Next one.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner's ready.
Okay. So we definitely heard a certain tone from that. Now I'm ready and I want to hear what these other ones sound like. So the next one's White Rabbit. You heard her for the voice of Lily, I believe she did one. So let's see what we got.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. Well, I'm all up for adventure, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
Now, this particular take had exactly of an energy so far that I have heard. I like the fact that there was a little bit of gestures, there was some laughs in there was some ha-ha, and little small aspects of that. And it worked out really, really well here. is what I'm digging. Sorry, I'm just double checking messages here. Just making sure everybody got their submissions in, because I don't know. This is my first time on this platform doing something like this. So I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's submissions or anything like that. So no worries at all. So let's hear this one more time, because I really like the tone and energy of this so far.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. Well, I'm all up for adventure, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
See, it's little stuff like that when you add in different things of your personality is something that is what I'm looking for with that. So great work. But we still got other people left on this particular setup here, and it'll work out just fine. Sorry, I'm just... Okay. All right. So the next one is Olivia. All right. So Olivia, let's see what you got.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Oh, now where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
Now, the only thing is just how it was recorded. It's just like a lot of it was all on the right side of it. So it's really hard to hear. But I can hear the conviction. I heard all those, and it's well delivered for what I was able to hear. It's just the audio quality on this one is the only thing. But I'm going to hear it again best way I can, and I don't want it to, jeopardize your opportunity, but there are certain things with audio quality that you have to double check on, especially when you're doing a submission. You want to make it as easy and suspenseful as you can. And most of the auditions that are out there nowadays, they want to make sure that you have a stable place in recording so you can get the best quality of a particular recording as you can. So those things are very crucial when it comes to voice auditions. So when you submit them for those video games and those commercials and those animes and all that stuff, you want to make sure all those things are tight. So that way they know that you can deliver in that quality and they don't have to worry about having to mix harder than they usually are. So we're going to hear this one more time and then we'll go to the other submission.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Oh, now where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
All right. So for this aspect, I love the tone. I love the motherly, kind-hearted love in it. I can hear that actual dialect in the delivery. I can hear the conviction. And I can hear the very calm but tense type of attitude. So you could be able to hear the firmness in her voice. At the same time, you're also hearing the kind lovingness. And being able to have a kind-hearted, stern voice can be very hard to do, because you can have a stern voice and sound like you're more angry than you are kind. And it's like one of those flip topsy-turvy type of things in the audio. So you handle that very well. So I just want to let you know that. So now, the final one that we have is from TEIA. So, let's hear what this sounds like.
Wally, there you are. I am so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you again so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please, stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
Well. That one sounds very confident. Let's go for it for a second time. Oh, sorry.
Wally, there you are. I am so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you again so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please, stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
All right. Okay. I'm just double checking some things here first. Okay. Now, for this situation, it's going to be a 3-way tie here. This one's going to be a 3-way tie. And the only reason why this is a 3-way tie is because even though the submissions were all great, I have to go with the one that has the audio quality to be able to deliver if it's a casting director. So I might have to say goodbye to Olivia for this particular one, only because of the fact that when it comes to these audio quality things, you got to make sure you submit it the best way here, so we could be able to hear it in its pristine quality, so I could be able to do that. But it was a terrific take, and it works out well. But it's just those little small nuances that if a casting director was listening to this, they may shy away from it because it's not in the quality that would give it to be able to fair audition. And it's good to hear these things before you submit them, and that's the only small thing. But Olivia definitely will be on the project for sure, so I hope they know that. But I want to make sure that they know. Okay. Now, we're at the 3 here. Okay? So we got Rain Reeves, White Rabbit, and Tia. Okay? So, I want to go with Rains again and just hear how this sounds.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner's ready.
Okay. So, if you heard the the thing of Wally O'Galley and then how he was panicking and he's like, so Winifred, she's gonna be upset. She hates watching the kids, like literally panicking because he's Wally O'Galley, even though he's over exaggerating a particular story. So since he's over exaggerating the story, there's somebody that has that particular calmness 100%, and that's something that you gotta think about with that. And I was hearing that particular tone throughout. But there were just certain things that I was looking for in this that I was able to find in the other people who have submitted. So I'm going to go through the other two, and then you'll see what I mean when I narrow it down to two. So let's go with White Rabbit.
Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. Well, I'm all up for adventure, but please stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
Now, for this one, what I was looking for in this aspect is that I like how Rain had a consistent tone throughout, as in like, where have you been? Has that actual motherly tone, which works out really well in that. But I was just looking just a little bit more, not necessarily energy, but just kind of like, I can hear her, but it's just like really, really like conservative, if that makes sense. So what I'm looking for, so when she was like, let me read the line. So when it came down to it, it said, let me go here. It's like, Wally, there you are. I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? You know what I mean? Just kind of a, like either a, now where were you, or a, now where were you? Just kind of one of those like, I don't know what's going on. This sounds weird. And then that way, when I hear that, I can picture it. And what's interesting about in that actual voice of it is that in the White Rabbit take, I can hear in the voice as in, Wally, there you are. But I'm hearing it in a form of she's giving him a hug. Is what I was able to picture in the voice itself. And that just gave it an extra touch that I was looking for in that particular take. Which wins that particular portion over, because it's not only just about the voice and being able to do something. It's like trying to figure out a way emotionally and try to, almost give, you're almost giving the story. It's like I'm not seeing the character itself, but I'm already visualizing based on how I hear in the voice, what's exactly going on, which works out well. But we go into the third take, or third person, which is Tia, and we're definitely going to hear that, and I'm very curious. So let's go from there.
Wally, there you are. I am so glad you're safe and sound. Now, where were you? Well, Mark Cooper, thank you again so much for making sure my husband didn't get erased in the abyss. Sometimes I just don't understand how a voiceover job can be so dangerous. I'm all for adventures, but please, stop getting trapped in video games. Family, say goodbye to Mark. Dinner is ready.
And that's what makes it interesting. So, this is the decider course here. And this is what makes it difficult. And the reason why it makes it difficult is what I was saying before. Sorry, that was weird. Okay. What I was saying before is when it comes to the voice acting and it comes to, like the reading and all those things, right? It's not just to be able to read it in a particular tone. It's also to manipulate that tone in the way that you say certain things. So what I was hearing in White Rabbit, there were some different kinds of changes throughout, and like different kinds of tones, and you could be able to hear all of the personality of that character in that. There was just a little bit of different kinds of hints that it's like, all right, you can tell that she's kind-hearted, and then you can also have that kind feel throughout the whole thing. But the only difference is that for Tia's take, everything was solid. Everything was where it needed to be. But the only thing I was really looking for is just a little bit of bend in how exactly you say these particular phrases. Like there were some in there as in for the how are, like where were you and things like that. But I was just looking for maybe a little bit more tone as in like, I'm up for adventure, which is a great attitude there. But it's like, but I was kind of looking for that high and then go low aspect for it. And that's what I was looking for. And White Rabbit did have those already in the elements of it, but then also added her own things. And they're like, dinner is ready, and having certain mannerisms and, things that are added to the take that also, really won it over. So my pick for Winifred is going to be White Rabbit. And it's just because of the way that everything was read, and it just let me be able to understand all the different personalities as part of it. But like I said, these individuals will also have an ability to be on the album as well as part of the AI clone stuff, and that's going to be really, really cool. I promise you'll enjoy that aspect of it, but I had to, really go in for that one. This was probably one of the hardest of all of them. Simply because everybody did great takes, but there's just certain things in the personality that I was looking for on this aspect, and also kind of not matching 100% the Wally O'Galley energy, but just giving an aspect of, I can see this Winifred's voice would be a person that would be married to Wally O'Galley, and it also would reflect how their kids would act as well. And I'm looking at all of these different voices and hearing them from different roles and how well they can fit together. And that's what my main points are for that. So now we're at the Motherlord now. The main villain. We are here. We are finally here at the main villain, which is going to be stupid difficult. I already know this part is going to be very difficult because people already have an idea in their head of what they think a villain sounds like. Is it really deep? Or is it really heinous? Or is it creepy? You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of different people would think about for the villain. So I'll give you a villain. I'm just, like I said, I'm just reading this. This is not exactly what I'm looking for, but I'll give you a background story of the villain right after I say it. So it'll be a disclaimer for individuals that know what's next for the album. So this is a lead role. They're all lead roles, but I don't know why they put lead role for the other things. I apologize. I think because the main villain has the most lines, and I think that's what it is. So it'd be like, the main villain is very quirky, yet off-putting character. He has trapped the main character in the video zone in the segment we call in the album Nickelodeon Showdown. He is a character that feels that we're forgotten in the Nickelodeon universe and has the plan to erase all history of Nickelodeon by transferring lost media into AI properties. For this role, it does not have to be a typical deep voice, dark villain style, but make sure to have fun with it. Use your imagination. Not bad, right? Alrighty. So, main villain. We got 11 for this. And I think it's because some people, ignore the other ones. All right. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and you already deleted them. Okay, then you good. All right, awesome. All righty. We got Alex in here. We got Manny. We got Omega Red, Mark Schaefer, Timber Tykes at it again, Time Turner, Pure Chaos, got Spooks. We got a roster here. I am very, very curious of how this is going to sound. Now, for the main villain, it's just about being creative. This is going to be difficult. But I can't wait to hear what you got. Godspook says, thank you for your time. Any other roles, if not this, that I may be better suited for, please let me know. My Discord is this. Thank you. And that's also good to do in voice work. Sometimes you could try for a role and maybe that might not be what somebody is looking for. And they may say, hey, if you got any other roles that you would like me to try, hit me up. And sometimes people could be like, you know what? We do have a character that we wanted to add. And it gives a thought bubble in the person's head to let them know, hey, there's a possibility that I can be able to try out for something else. Never be scared of another opportunity if you're not, if you're not sure about it. But the fact that you tried is what the effort is all about. All right, let's hear what you got, Spooks.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you, too.
You ruined it.
Wow, I pushed the wrong button again. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I like the energy of that character. It has its own aspect. It gives me a carnival person who owns the carnival be like, come on, go and enjoy the show. You know what I mean? I love that kind of energy for it. It's actually really, really cool. The only thing, like I said, is just you got to be careful when it comes to, doing the voiceover and making sure that the quality is there. If the quality isn't there, it could turn it off. You know what I mean? It could definitely turn it off from here. So, like I said, we'll hear this again, and we'll go from there. Got Spooks. Come on.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you, too.
And that's a really cool laugh. So, shout outs to Spooks for that. All right, perfect. Okay, so we'll go right into the next one here. Pure Chaos. I know him. He's got a certain kind of voice, and I'm very, very curious how it's gonna sound.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Oh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
That is great. I'm loving all the different kinds of voices and tones in this project. Like, dude, I'm really loving this so far. Let me hear this again. It gives me a Smeagol vibe here. But the thing is, what's interesting is that people don't know what this character is supposed to be. And then that's where you go in your mind and think, hey, I heard the album, I'm wondering what the villain will be. And then it also has this, I don't want to be humiliated type of tone. And it also has a mysterious vibe and all that kind of stuff. So I'm digging that. So let's hear this one more time.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Oh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
1 second here. Okay, so like I said, I love the tone in this and how it sounded. And it's definitely a contender. Well, let's go. Time Turner.
Aaron Marquise Watson auditioning for the main villain.
See? Now, that's something that a lot of people can do too. You can also be able to put your introduction in that. And that's how a lot of people submit their stuff. They'll be like, if it's either it's in the catalog or it's in something that they put in, that's something that you want to start doing. Be like, hey, how are you? And then sometimes voice actors can actually hear your actual voice and then be like, okay, I can hear something from here also. Because sometimes people might like the natural voice and be like, hey, could you do this part? Or you could be on this project, or you could be on something else. And it just gives you the ability to be able to find out different things about that person. So also think of that as well. So let's go.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived. Just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Nice tone. You see, what I like about Time Turner's take is that it gave me a nonchalant villain that you would normally see on the street or anything. Somebody that you would never suspect to be a villain. And then as you get into the take, you can hear as in, hey, how are you? My name is da-da-da-da-da. And then next thing you know, it goes a little bit deeper in that situation. And then I get to be able to hear the frustration, because the thing is, it's about being forgotten. So at first you'll be like, oh, you must be Mark Cooper. Oh, Major told me to look out for you. And it'd be like, for the first time, I'm not in front of some TV screen. Go left, go right. You know what I mean? And it gives more of a frustrated character. And that's a good demeanor to have. Because sometimes a lot of people will do a voice change and do it, and it works out fine. But sometimes if you have that tone of that, but it's the tone for it. So let's hear this again. You'll see what I mean.
Aaron Marquise Watson auditioning for the main villain. So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived. Just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Great laugh, great take. I'm ready to go to the next one. Timber's in here in the building. He's been going for everything. So let's go.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived. Just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. No. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
That was very interesting in a good way, because what I like most about it is that it gives its personality, as in, like, it's not. So sometimes when people read what you call it, they read the lines and they read, what they're supposed to say and the voice work and things like that. Then they'll try to, do the turn on switch where they'll just all of a sudden try to read in that character. But what it sounded like in this is that it felt like it was natural, but it was kind of shaky. And the reason why it's kind of shaky is because of the fact of the villainy portion. Like, I'm not looking for the, always straightforward, serious type of villains that we always hear. It's good to hear, we've all heard different kinds of villains that may not be the, the super strong type or whatever. You got your Jokers, you got your things like that, but you also have, like, Professor Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron, or you have, like, Denzel Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Just quirky things that put there. And then that's the particular energy I was getting from that. So that's very dope. So let's hear that again so we know.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived. Just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. No. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Just stuff like that. But like I said, we have other villains here that are going to be doing some things. So this one is Mark Schaefer. And yeah, we just going to play this.
Mark Schaefer, auditioning for the role of main villain.
So, you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
That laugh is... it's too good. The laugh is too good when it comes to that, and I felt that. I felt it in the soul here. And it gives me this open type of voice, as in, like, it has a power. And then because you're the main villain, there is a openness or a powerful vocal that's behind all that works out. So that is great to hear. But let's hear that one more time.
Mark Schaefer, auditioning for the role of main villain.
So, you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Laughs for like from the pit of the soul for that. That is great so far. But let's go to the next ones because, like I said, everybody here has been bringing heat. And I'm loving this. This is difficult, but I'm digging all of what everybody has done so far. Alrighty. Omega, let's see what you got, bro. He had a lot of fun auditioning. Of course. I appreciate you.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad you've arrived. Just in time for the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. This world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you, too.
That was a dope take. And like I said before, there's a lot of individuals that are applying for this that really never done anything like this before. So being able to hear those aspects even excite me even more to hear what you guys can do. But let's go ahead and hear that one more time. And we'll go to the next one.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad you've arrived. Just in time for the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. This world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you, too.
So, for this particular take, while I'll list some things that I do like. I like the fact of different kinds of personalities of how exactly you're saying stuff. You'll be like, ooh, go left, go right. Every time I land on a space, I get humiliated. And then you hear the frustration in the voice. It's like, but no more. And then next it'll be like, kind of had the high pitch, thinking about you too. It just having certain types of touches like that just to give your character just that little bit of edge of personality in that. It makes it even more perfect. And that's what's dope about that take. All right, let's go to the next one. Look like it's Manny. Look like Manny did two of those kind of takes. And that's okay. That means it's, yeah, I got it. Let's see what's up.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived just in time to enjoy the show. It's Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget you too.
I like roaring laughs. It gives me different kinds of villain laughs. Like it could be like a Scar, or it could be like a like the remember the lion from Aladdin? They'd be like the land of no return. Like when it's like the really deep voiced lion that had all the treasures, and then Aladdin had to go, all they had to do was like, remember, only grab the lamp, or something like that. I forget the tone of what it is, but it's be like trespassers, what I mean? It's really funny. But all right, I dig voices like that, which is really cool. But since you already have a role, I don't want to make it a situation where there could be people that have more than one role for this one. Like you could be an AI clone and you could have another role, but not in this department here. So I'm going to listen to this other one, and then we're going to go into Alex. And then that's where we'll be able to make our decisions to actually deciding between. Okay, looks like the same, or I clicked the wrong one. All right, let's hear this now. Oh, you just submitted it twice. It's okay. No worries. All right, so the final one of the contestant, of course, we got Alex from Splat Attack. He's going for it. He's going for the main villain is what he's going for. Let's see what we got.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Go left, go right, just for me to land on a space where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Well.
Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened?
This is going to be difficult. But it's tied with 3 people. 3 people. So, the 3 people I got tied for this. Jesus, it's going to be hard. So, the tie I got right now. First person, Timber Tykes.
You ever have one of those
Oh, I
moments
picked the
where you
wrong
think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened?
So the first person is Timber Tykes. The second person I got, Mark Schaefer. And the last person I got, the man came in the clutch. Let's go with Alex Nansen here. Now, here's the part. Here's the part that makes this difficult. So let me just dismiss some of these, that way we can get those easier here. Alrighty. We're at the 3. So, okay. We're going to listen to the 3 again, and then we'll be able to make our pick. I just want to hear these one more time, and I can make the pick. Because there are some very interesting things in these voices here that I could easily be able to repurpose in the future stuff that I am doing. Just to give everybody a disclaimer. At this album, with this particular setup and how this stuff works, is not the end. It branches out into other different properties. So for this album, it ends in Nickelodeon. But it doesn't mean that there aren't other villains in other properties, if that makes sense. There could be a villain in Cartoon Network. There could be a villain in Disney. There could be a villain in Saturday morning cartoons. There could be a villain in comic books. So when I listen to these particular villains, it's not 100% about, whether it fits here. I'm also hearing different kinds of villains that could be in other properties of things I do as well. So keep in mind that I do hear all these different voices. I'm just looking for a particular tone that fits this particular property. So we're going to listen one more time, and then we'll be able to pick. Now, let's go with Timber Tykes.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived. Just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. No. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
This vibe 100% gives me a Denzel Crocker meets Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Type of crossover. Like, you Yu-Gi boy. Like, I'm hearing that. And that's a great tone for that. But there were just certain parts where I'm not only looking for the villain to have its goofy feeling vibe, but what I'm also looking for is that I know he's goofy and he's laughing and it sounds like a maniacal kind of thing, but I'm also looking for a tone too, because laughing and, being that kind of villain for the character I'm looking for, remember, he feels like he's been forgotten. And this villain already has this, I had this planned all along kind of thing. But in this particular tone, it's hard to pitch that in that aspect. It's great to have those particular laughs in those, but you want to sprinkle those in certain places so that way it feels like, okay, now I'm feeling a villain that's really laughing. So that's something you got to think about. But like I said, I like how this sounds so far. Now, let's go with Schaefer.
Mark Schaefer, auditioning for the role of main villain.
So, you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Ooh, go left, go right, just for me to land on spaces where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon, everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Great take, and things are summarized throughout the whole take. And that's what I like. It's got a hearty type of sound to it. Like, it's very, very hearty. As in, like, fear not, citizen. You know what I mean? It has that particular, like, heroism type of thing in that. And it's villainous because it has certain parts, but it also has this heroism in the delivery. Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a heroism in it. As it could be an anti-hero, but you really don't know. It's like who's an anti-hero at this point? Just like, like what's an anti-hero? Technically Deadpool would be one, but I mean, we can always put that list up of debates and all that. But what I'm saying is I'm hearing both. I'm hearing a hero like, fear not, I am here to save the day. You know what I mean? I'm hearing that tone. But it also be like, yeah, I don't want to get embarrassed, citizen. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing the contrasting back and forth is the only thing I'm hearing for that. Which could work out really well. But the laughs themselves alone, just the laughing alone, it's killer. It's definitely a killer type of thing there. So that's where we are on that. And now, the final one we're going to go through is Alex Nance. Let's see how this sounds.
So you must be Mark Cooper. Major told me to watch out for you. I'm so glad that you arrived, just in time to enjoy the show. Hear this, Mark. For the first time in my life, I'm not being controlled on a TV screen. Go left, go right, just for me to land on a space where I get humiliated. But no more. The world may have forgotten about me, but soon everything and everyone you care about will forget about you too.
Now, for this take, I was able to get 3 forms of, how do I explain this? For this take, I was able to get a roller coaster ride of a villain. And the thing is, there are a lot of different kinds of laughs. There's the deep, like, you have those. Then you have the ones that have a laugh like, and then you have something that's kind of like a dramatic aspect. And then you have the higher ones that go, I just put the voice on just to, just show the example. But the ideal part of it was, like, in the actual contents here, is that for this role, it does not have to be a typical deep voice, dark villain style, but make sure to have fun with it. And the thing is, there's always the depiction of, you hear the darker voice, it's kind of evil, and you're already fine with that. But for this situation, you could have did anything. And going a higher route versus the lower route is definitely intriguing in itself, because now you're intrigued on who this person is. So I will tell you who the villain is if you know. So what I will do, and I will show you. So the villain of this story is Mikey. You got a better picture. It's Mikey. And if you watch Nick Arcade before, Mikey is the character that you will control in the spaces. Now, the way the story works is that it has been 32 years since Nick Arcade aired. So this kid will probably be in his 40s, late 40s, early 50s in a possibility. So this person has been trapped in a box for a very, very long time. And the reason why he traps Phil Moore, which is from Nick Arcade, because he's the host. So how everybody was controlling Mikey, Mikey sat there and said, you forgot about me. So I'm going to make sure everybody forgets about you. And that's the narrative of this particular story, is how that works. So that's what I wanted to make sure I depict for that. And the reason why I didn't show a picture of it, because I didn't want to give any hints for that, because I wanted you to think about, if you were a villain in Nickelodeon Showdown in your imagination, what would you do? And that was the particular plan here. So now, in this situation, we finally, and I have a decision already ready. And the main villain of the Orange Tape second part of the album
Jesus. Auto-tune that for me.
the main villain of this story will be Alex Nats. Congratulations to Alex Nats being on this. Congratulations, my dude. You definitely did a great take, and that's exactly what I was looking for in this project. And I feel that it's going to be a lot of fun working on this with you, and it's just going to be an overall great, great experience. And I just wanted to say, this is a very stellar take, and I felt like a real villain when I'm talking here, especially. And when it comes to like Mark Schaefer and Timber, they both are great villains in this as well. And then they will be individuals that are also part of this project when they get introduced as villains as themselves. So you guys all win in villains of this. So I just wanted to make sure I left that disclaimer and let everybody know that I'm happy, I'm hype about it, and it works out really, really well. But like I said, I will reach out to each and every one of you guys, let you know what it is on the project. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to submit and let me hear all the things that you guys can do. And what's even more dope is that there are individuals who did do this for their first time ever. I know people who just got their microphones like a week ago and tried out for something that they never done before. And that is just dope. And all I can tell you is that when it comes to these auditions and all these things, you know what I mean? There's times that you get selected and there's times that you don't. But the whole point is just to keep going and keep practicing and figuring out these particular things. Like I'll even show you an example here. So let me see if I can go into, things I've submitted for, right? So go ahead and you'll hear some things I submitted for I wasn't able to get. So here's one right here for Halo I tried to do. Hey, you should sell them for 11. Because they have a cap on it? Trust me, I'm no legend. I think I'm okay. I have my own journey to do. Can't get caught up in a side adventure. Not now. If I don't get that water chip, I don't have a home to go back to. It's worth the risk. If I don't get that water chip, I don't have a home to go back to. It's worth the risk. So you can see how different things for that, but I didn't get accepted for that, so it didn't work out. So here's another one I did. Got a lot of my different music. So I ended up getting this one for Aqualad, but that project just didn't go through. They just didn't, just didn't do it. So there's that. And then I did a voice for Shredder. And let me see. Yeah, I did a voice for Shredder. So here's a Shredder voice of me.
So, the turtles want to fight. They will get one. Karai, ready to foot. It's time to have our revenge on those aliens. I will rest at nothing to have the head of Hamoto Yoshi on a plaque. On a plaque.
And that's like one of the takes I did for Shredder. I didn't get picked for that. So like I said, it's just a lot of different things that you can definitely try here. Then there was the Transformers Year One, which was Lugnut, but I ended up getting Getaway, but I did Lugnut too.
You mock me with your weak jokes, but you would do well to respect my authority. But you would do well to respect my authority. The war will end when Decepticon rule is the only law. The war will end when Decepticon rules is the only law. Finally, I will have my vengeance. Glory to Megatron. Glory to Megatron.
And think about it, man. I did that one literally about 2 years ago to the date. Probably about a week over or whatever. But it's been about 2 years. So it's just about getting better. And then I submitted this the same day. And it was Getaway.
We swapped Cybertron for this dust ball? I just scanned my alt mode and already got dirt in my exhaust. Ugh. We swapped Cybertron for this dust ball? I just scanned my alt mode and I already got dirt in my exhaust. So what? I'm just going to accept it and move on? Maybe that's easy for the rest of you, but some of us actually cared for Cybertron. So what? I'm just supposed to accept it and move on? Maybe that's easy for the rest of you, but some of us actually care about Cybertron.
And I could hear the mess up.
So what? I'm just supposed to accept it and move on? Maybe that's easy for the rest of you, but some of us actually cared about Cybertron.
And you know, and that's the take. But like I said, there's a possibility for all these things. You definitely want to give it a try. Then I did a voiceover for like a YouTube channel, like a Mojo kind of thing, and I did that too.
Welcome back to Top 10 Best. Today we're going over the top 10 water slides in the world. While there are animals that are bigger than a lion, the lion is truly the king of the jungle. The Bermuda Triangle is truly a phenomenon that sucks up boats and planes, and scientists are still trying to figure out why. Welcome back to Top 10 Best. Today we're going over the top 10 water slides in the world. While there are animals that are still bigger than a lion, the lion is truly the king of the jungle. The Bermuda Triangle is truly a phenomenon that sucks up boats and planes, but scientists are still trying to figure out why.
And you see how there's two different tones of however I said it. I even said it like a wowee. And then I have another one that's like a different kind of tone. Like I'm just saying, like, you know, like a news reporter, like more news at 11. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when I did that last year, I was just trying it out because I was new. But now I know that what kind of thing that we're looking for. So for example, if I go back to it, and I think I could, and I'll try it out now, as in, you know, like a little bit more seasoned and all that stuff, you know? Welcome back to the Top 10 Best. Today we'll be going over our top 10 water slides in the world. While there are animals that are bigger than a lion, the lion is truly the king of the jungle. The Bermuda Triangle is a phenomenon that sucks up boats and planes, and scientists that are still trying to figure out why. More news at 11. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about making sure you have the conviction and energy. And I didn't have that energy for the role, which is the reason why I didn't get picked. And it's still open, which is kind of funny. I don't know why it's still open. But all in all, you got to think about it from that. It's the conviction and how you deliver these things. But like I said, congratulations to all the individuals who already got picked for this role. Like I said, there is still room for anybody who wants to be an AI clone here. We got our main individuals, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility for any of the future stuff that's going on, and I always keep those things in mind. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Peace, y'all.
When I